This water cooler is the finest example of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania stoneware that we've ever handled, and we've handled a lot of it over the last almost 2 decades of having stoneware auctions, and then before that, a couple of decades of my parents buying and selling American stoneware. We have handled a lot of Harrisburg stoneware, and this is the best piece that we've ever handled. And it is an extremely finely decorated example by a very desirable maker on what is considered to be one of the most desirable American stoneware forms, and that is a pedestal-based water cooler. Now, water coolers were, by their very nature, a very public type of vessel. They were made to sit in public places for people to tap water from. And as such, we often see the most beautifully decorated pieces being water coolers. Now, this piece is actually pictured in what is perhaps the quintessential book on central Pennsylvania stoneware, Jeanette Lasansky's Made of Mud. Now, this is pictured, let's see here. This represents an iconic example due to this, but it's pictured right here on page 49. There it is in the book, and there it is in the flesh. This cooler was made by William Moyer, who was a stoneware manufacturer in Harrisburg, coming in a succession of stoneware manufacturers that had only started a few years before he took the reins of the local industry. These were people who kind of had a project to make New York State stoneware, New York State style stoneware, I should say, in the capital city of Pennsylvania. This craft was founded by New York State stoneware potters, and that's different than some other Pennsylvania locales, like off the top of my head, I'd say Philadelphia, Huntingdon County, that were more oriented toward the Baltimore stoneware craft. These people were working in the New York State stoneware tradition, and you can see that in their decorations, their forms, even their clay colors. This piece is just exuberantly decorated, beautiful slip trail decoration. You can see the fine detail of the shading here in these flower petals. Now, this piece is stamped with Moyer's maker's mark, but it also bears an unusual stamp on the back, which is something like T.H. Wilson's capital stamp, which is ultra rare. But this is the only time we've ever seen this stamp. And it is some version, as I said, of that capital stamp. You can also see these stamps at the open handles, these rosettes. This is in great condition for the form that it is, because these pedestals were often damaged. Even in the firing, they could be damaged. But this is just a truly outstanding piece that you can see commands the room. And we are very happy to sell it as part of our spring 2022 auction of American stoneware and redware.